What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, haha, yes indeed, here we go, we're coming back to another epic rap battle of history. So, ERB fans, feeling you, come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Thomas Williamson, and Thomas wanted to see me react to this song, or this video I should say, by Epic Rap Battles of History. It is Thanos. Oh yes, Thanos. The Mad Titan Thanos versus Robert Oppenheimer. Now, have I heard the song or seen this video before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard or seen this in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to this and watching this and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold on, yeah, I've experienced this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love doing these, man. These are so much fun. It's a nice little break from, you know, analyzing music and just kind of having some fun with this. You know what I mean? I've always looked forward to doing these. It's just it's a shame. If I'm not mistaken, this is the last one that was in the queue. So there are no more of these in the queue. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but guess we'll have to wait and see. This was posted by ERB, Epic Rap Battles of History. Okay. And this video has 22 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer. Epic Rap Battles of History. Oh man, I love these. I don't think there has been a single one of these that I have done on the channel that I have not in some way, shape, or form enjoyed. The beats are always really good, very fitting. The production's always really good, and it's just gotten better over time. The costumes are always over the top, looking good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this ever since I put it on the filming schedule. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Epic Rap Battles of History. J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Oh my God.
I am inevitable, immeasurable, inexorable, monstrous, with bars weighing on you harder than your haunting guilty conscience. I am Thanos, and I crush tracks like tesseracts in my palm. You're a pencil-pushing Terran who never learned to love his bomb. Seems you started off a chemist, and on your world you were a prodigy. Well, that makes sense, cause your rhymes are only hot periodically. Man, I burned the Avengers down to embers, sent half your planet to be slaughtered, and now I'm off in Oppenheimer like I did to my daughter. Got a physical when I'm rapping. 6 infinity gems when I'm packing. Stick your tiny nuclear dick back into your pants, Dr. Manhattan. Hadron smashing all your atoms. Best not collide with me when I'm rhyming, cause you break and bleed so easy. I think I'll call you Oppenheimer. It's impossible to top me. You just don't have the stone. Apparently the only thing you're good at wrecking is a home, cause you slept with your friend's wife right there in your friend's bed, then got another married girl pregnant. You should have gone for the head.
Wow. Oh, Thanos coming out hard. Ooh, with the disses. Oh, man. So much accuracy, too, especially with those last verse, man. His best friend's wife, and then getting the other married girl pregnant. Oh. Oh. Good Lord. Thanos, savage. Savage. I love the references that Thanos dropped out. Even going as far as to bringing the DC universe into it with the reference to Dr. Manhattan. I like that. That was really good. Very slick on his part. This beat is killer. This beat is absolutely killer. It's not fast. It's a nice, slow beat. And I think that's very appropriate for A, the characters involved, and B, the subject matter that's going to be involved. You don't want something fast and upbeat. You want something, boom and doom. And I think it's very appropriate for this, man. Very appropriate. Okay. Thanos came out hard, came out savage. The rhyme scheme was great. The meter was great. And like I said, some fantastic references. The crushing the Tesseract in the hand, very good. Referencing to his daughter. I really wish the movie Infinity War and Endgame that they did, I really wish they had followed the comic book a little more accurately, because what he did to Nebula in the comic and the actual not Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet, that whole story arc. If you have never read that story arc, you need to read it just so you can see what he did to Nebula. Oh man. The way that what he did to her with the gauntlet was, it was indescribable. Absolutely indescribable. And he did it all to impress Death, who he is absolutely infatuated with. Wants to marry Mistress Death, Lady Death, whatever you want to call her in the comics. He absolutely worshipped her. And to try to appease her and gain her favor, what he did to his daughter to try and gain her favor, let's just say, I'm not going to say what he did. I'm just going to say this. He turned her into a living abomination. Just, oh my God, it was bad. Oof. Yeah, the reference to what he did to his daughter, that was slick too, man. I'm geeking out over the Thanos bars. I'm sorry. All right. Enough geeking out over Thanos. Came out strong, came out swinging, held nothing back. I hope he's got something in his reserves, though, because Oppenheimer may come out swinging, too. Let's see what Oppenheimer does.
You're good at wrecking is a home, cause you slept with your friend's wife, right there in your friend's bed, then got another married girl pregnant. You should have gone for the head.
Listening to you took everything I have left. After your raps, I am become deaf. You need an Iron Man for that wrinkly ass skin and that butt chin. Here we go now. Where's the rhythm? I thought you had the time stone. Your punchlines sound like they came from Rhyme Zone. You might be something in the MCU, but between us, who's the worst MCU? Your dialogue's got too many breaks in the syllable. You talk so slow, Drax thinks you're invisible. I cause chain reactions when I'm lyrical, cause I've got that fissile material. You were born to Eternals, but came out looking so scary that your own mother tried to make you a temporary. Yep. Meanwhile, I've mastered the atom more than any man alive. Now I'm here to split you like 2 and 3 from 5. I'm a peaceful man, but I do what I must. You had an evil plan, Thanos, and it left you in the dust. It must leave you enraged when you compare our talents, because in this battle, there is no balance.
For a communist.
Okay. As far as the insults go, so far, I'm sorry. I think Thanos has the lead. I think Thanos had more ammunition. But I will say, for Oppenheimer, his meter, his delivery, I liked it. It wasn't necessarily as intense as Thanos, but he had that, more importantly, the meter, more than anything, just spitting it out. Rapid succession in that middle section. Just bleed over from 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4 without taking a breath even, just flowed really, really smooth. I kind of like Oppenheimer's approach too, that kind of subtle approach. Not being all up in your face, 80s wrestler style, not Hulk Hogan, not Ultimate Warrior, more of a Jake the Snake Roberts approach. Probably one of my favorite guys on the mic, if I'm being honest with you. I loved Jake the Snake Roberts on the mic. He wouldn't yell, he wouldn't scream, he would come out and he would do things like quote, verses from Bibles and stuff like that. And he would make it roundabout into a way, and he would suck you in with his subtlety, with his voice, And when he would get a little bit louder, he would get a little more emphatic, but he would never yell. He would get a little louder, but then he'd bring it back again. Oh God, he was so good on the mic. That's who he's kind of reminding me of. Thanos is taking much more of like I'm going to say like an Ultimate Warrior, just up in your face and While Oppenheimer's coming out more methodical, I guess is the best way to put it. I like that approach. Whew, round 1. I'm sorry, the burns were savage. Round 1 goes to Thanos. Let's see what round 2 brings.
Thanos, and it left you in the dust. It must leave you enraged when you compare our talents, because in this battle there is no balance.
For a communist pariah, you come off as awfully cocky, but I'll make you bend the knee in round 2 like Nagasaki. I'm the box office topper, the Marvel showstopper. Got my name on this win like it's the Thanos copter. You just got no answer for Fortnite's dopest dancer. I will low-key choke you out like my name was throat cancer.
You want to talk about death? Wow. I'm the one that looked at you and swiped left. I'm the destroyer of worlds. You got your nuts handed to you by a squirrel girl. We're in the end game now, Tinky Winky. A physicist like Ant-Man. All up in your stinky. Anyone who believes that Thanos did nothing wrong crap has obviously never heard you rap. Oh, snap.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Who's down? You got some.
Wow, the Squirrel Girl reference? The Squirrel Girl beat Thanos. One of the weirdest characters in Marvel. One of the characters you just look at in the Marvel universe, you just look at her and go, she can't do anything. And she beat Thanos. She actually did. And the Mistress Death reference. Death swiped left. Yeah. He never gained her favor. Even when he finally did follow through on his promise to her, and he did wipe out half of existence, he still wasn't able to impress her. She just didn't want anything to do with him. And he just never got it. Great references on man, Oppenheimer came out hard in the second round. And don't get me wrong, Thanos came out hard too. I mean, he came out pretty savage. The throat cancer reference. But I mean, Oppenheimer, man, I gotta give the second round to Oppenheimer. I gotta give the second round to Oppenheimer. Between the Squirrel Girl reference and just for the Squirrel Girl reference and the death reference of Death just ignoring him. Yeah, I gotta give it to Oppenheimer for the second round. How is this gonna go? Oh man, who's gonna win this? I need to think about it. Let's finish this up because I want to hear that beat. I want to hear this beat, man. It's a nice beat.
Nothing wrong crap has obviously never heard you rap. Oh snap!
Oh whoa!
Snap!
Who's down? You got some. Oh boy! Oh.
Nice. Who wrote the beat? Who wrote the beat? Epistra. Epistra. Nice beat. Oh, man. Oh, good Lord. I don't know. Usually when I do these, there's a, before I even start to, think about things, I usually have a preference to, am I going to go this way or am I going to go this way? I kid you not, folks. On this one, I am dead square in the middle. Oh, God, I need to think about this. I'm gonna need to spend some serious time thinking about this. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Epic Rap Battles of History with Thanos, the Mad Titan, versus Robert Oppenheimer. Okay, I thought about this, and I do have a winner. Okay, I do have a winner, but I'm not gonna lie to you, folks. This was not an easy decision, and we are literally talking 51% to 49%. I mean, it is that close. It is so close. I think this might be the closest rap battle I think I've had ever in the history of the channel. This was a tough one. Let's start off with a score. We'll talk about it, and then I'll give you who I think won at the very end. All right? Let's start off with the score. Now, I am basing the score on a lot of factors. Pure overall entertainment value, comedic value, production, the beat, the delivery, the writing, the whole shebang. I'm taking the video into account as well as the audio. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.6. Yep, 8.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Let's start with the easy stuff. Production. I have said this time and time again. Every time I watch one of these, I just feel like the production just gets better and better. Especially the farther along it goes. Like season 1, the production was there, but you could see it was in its infancy compared to where it is now. You know what I mean? The green screening just, wow, it just never ceases to amaze me how good their green screening is. They really got it down to a science. I would love to contact them and get some cues from them. I really would. The attention to detail on the costumes, really nicely done. Obviously, they can't make Thanos look as swole as he does in the comics and in the movies, but they still made him tall. I think they used that, force perspective. I think they used scale there. Maybe they got Thanos up on a stool or something so we could look down, but in any case, it still looked accurate. The costume design was fantastic. Oppenheimer's costume design probably wasn't that difficult. Just find a tweed suit and put him in it, and give him a pipe. But Thanos' costume and the makeup were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The backgrounds looked really nice, very appropriate for what was happening. The segues, from the video looked really good. Now, the writing. Let's talk about the writing. The references. The references were really good, and I'm gonna talk about those references at the end. Some amazing references, and I'm gonna talk about the references at the end. I'm gonna talk about how much of a fact they played into who I think won, because believe me, that was the deciding factor, was the references. I think both of them, both Thanos and Oppenheimer, both had great references. The burns on both sides. Now, if I'm being honest, round 1, I felt like the burns were more savage coming from Thanos, but round 2, I feel like the burns were a little more savage from Oppenheimer, so it kind of balanced out. They were both very savage in their deliveries. As far as like the writing goes and the meter goes, for the vocal delivery, I think they both did a great job. I was slightly more impressed with Oppenheimer's. Coming with the first verse, kind of coming out a little bit on the slower side with a lot of pauses in between, but the second he went to that second phrase, boy, it became Eminem-ish. I mean, just lead into the next, to 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 the next. The carryovers just were flawless. I really appreciate his. Thanos very much more straight ahead. Not taking a whole lot of pauses, but he would pause in between each phrase for a little before he would start the next phrase. I only heard 1 or 2 times where he actually carried over from one into the second. So Oppenheimer, that entire phrase was just pure carryover, and I was really impressed by that. The beat on this, very well constructed, really well thought out for the subject matter. You have Thanos, the Mad Titan, who literally wiped out half of existence, versus Robert Oppenheimer, who single-handedly changed. I know a lot of people were involved in the Manhattan Project, but without Oppenheimer, the Manhattan Project would have never happened. Who single-handedly changed warfare for the entire planet Earth as we know it, forever. Prior to that, trench warfare, military artillery, airstrikes, stuff like that. Now, because of Oppenheimer, press a button. You can now press a button and wipe out an entire country. That's a very real and very scary thing. Thanos is a comic book character, fictional. Snap the finger, and half of existence gets wiped out. It's entertaining in theory. It is, and it makes for great comic books. But Robert Oppenheimer is a very real person who did very real things, and as a result, changed the world as we know it. So, a little difference there. You know what I mean? Overall, if I have to pick a winner by the ever so slightest of margins, surprisingly, I'm going to give the win to Oppenheimer. I'm sorry. Look, I know there's going to be people crying foul, and believe me, I understand, and to some extent, I will agree with those people, because I myself am a huge comic book fan. I love comics, and Thanos, I've always found Thanos to be one of the most interesting characters, one of the most interesting villains in Marvel, because he is the most self-sabotaging villain I think I've ever seen in any comic book, whether it be Marvel or DC or Dark Horse or whatever. Thanos is without a question the most self-sabotaging. He always finds a way to sabotage himself. He always does. He always will overlook something or leave something unchecked. Even when he did get, look at the Infinity Cube. He got the Infinity Cube, right? He got that. And he lost it. Why? Because he allowed it. He found, subconsciously, and Adam Warlock said it best, subconsciously, he knows he should not have that kind of power. So the Cosmic Cube, self-sabotage. The Infinity Gauntlet, self-sabotage. Every single time he has come into, seriously, infinite power, like absolute omnipotence, he always subconsciously leaves a back door to have it taken away from him. And he knows it. And he finally acknowledged it to Adam Warlock when Adam Warlock confronted him with it. I thought that was, I love Thanos, man. He is such a great character. Absolutely ruthless, sadistic, but faulty. And I really appreciate that. Because if you, put the Cosmic Cube aside, look at the Infinity Gauntlet, all 6 Infinity Stones in his control. He literally controlled everything. Time, space, reality, the mind, the soul, power. He had it all. He could literally make anything happen. He had the power, even more so, of the Beyonder. He really did. For those of you who are Marvel movie fans, you just wait for Secret Wars. I'm really looking forward to Secret Wars. They've already announced they're going to do it in 2005 and 2006. That's part of, I think it's Phase 6 and Phase 7. They're going to do Secret Wars. part 1 and 2, and I am really looking forward to the Beyonder coming into play here. I wonder who they're going to get to play the Beyonder. But he had in his glove the power to overpower the Beyonder, and he let it slip. Thanos has always been one of my absolute favorite villains, but I gotta say, Oppenheimer just had few more references, deep references. The whole thing with Mistress Death swiping left. Boy, the minute he said that, I was done. I was like, okay, they didn't even look at the movies. I mean, they probably did look at the movies, but they had to have done their research on the comics to get that reference, and the Squirrel Girl reference. Squirrel Girl being one of the very few to ever really and truly, humble Thanos to the point and defeat him in such a way that Thanos almost looked silly. I mean, it was ridiculous. The Squirrel Girl reference and the Mistress Death reference, that's really what kind of wrapped it up for me. I mean, it was so close, though. It was very, very close. So, yeah, winner by the ever so sliced of margins. Seriously, like 50.2 to 49.8. It was that close. But yeah, Robert Oppenheimer gets the win. So 8.6, Robert Oppenheimer wins. Final score, final say, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.